We are back now with a special Earth Day edition of our series By the Numbers. NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Cheung is here to help us celebrate the beauty of our planet and tell us all the ways that we could take care of it.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth
Brian,
Day.
why don't you start us out with like some fun, impressive facts about planet Earth?
Yeah, so some big numbers here, starting off with over 24,000 miles. That is the circumference of the Earth. And here's another fun fact. It would take you about 50 hours to travel across all of that by plane. If I'm flying at maybe 45, we'll have to see. Look, 67,000 miles per hour. That is how fast the Earth is orbiting the sun. Kind of a fun reminder that even when you're standing still, you're still moving pretty fast. A little philosophical there. 12,080 feet. That is the average depth of the ocean. And by the way, there are stats out there that say we've only discovered about 27% of it. So a little freaked out on that. There's deep sea ocean. There's a lot of stuff down there we don't know. And then 3 trillion. That is the number of trees on Earth. And the estimate is that for every 1 tree, that could supply a day's worth of oxygen for 4 people, which is the reason why we need to care about conserving them.
We sure do.
Well, let's talk about some of the other things that we should probably care about, because one of the reasons that we celebrate Earth Day is to draw attention to some of the biggest problems plaguing Mother Earth. What are some of those?
Well, it's waste. And the first number I have for you is 650,000. That is the marine mammals that get caught in fishing gear every year. A lot of that is just kind of garbage that's floating through the ocean or in our streams. So be mindful of that for anyone that's going out there fishing and, you know, potentially putting waste out there. 23%, by the way, of plastic water bottles are recycled, which implies that 3/4 of the water bottles are going into landfills, where by some estimates it could take hundreds of years to break down. 60 million tons, by the way, of wasted food per year. By other measures, Americans waste more food per year than any other country in the world. And then lastly, 180 gallons. That is the water wasted by a household each week. And that's
180 gallons.
Yep, it's a reminder to try to conserve water when you can. Try not to take those extra long showers and try to run the dishwashers when they're absolutely full.
All right, speaking of solutions, what are some other things that folks can do to help save Mother Earth?
Yeah, well, reusing things is a great way to get started. 5 to 7. That is the times that a single cardboard box could be reused. If you have a crawl space or an attic, it's a good place to put up a cardboard box because you could probably use it at some point down the line if you end up moving. Again, it's a great thing to reuse. 1, that's the number on the reusable bag that can replace 700 plastic bags. I know a lot of people are not getting those plastic bags at the grocery store anymore. It's a reminder to have one in the car, have one in your backpack when you go and shop so you don't use that plastic. 50% less greenhouse gas emissions by composting. I've been seeing a lot more people in New York City doing composting. It's a great way to get that food waste out of the landfills and even use it for fertilizer if you do gardening. It's a great fertilizer. And lastly, 8 gallons. That's the water that you'll save while turning off the faucet while you're brushing your teeth. It sounds like a small thing, but it adds up a lot to it.
My 9-year-old daughter instituted that rule last year. She learned something in school and she came home and...
Are you following it?
I am.
Okay. All right.
I'm scared of her.
The kids are better at this than we are. Okay, give me some Earth Day content.
Okay, 1999. That is the year that into the Hall of Fame, Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World was inducted. I see trees of green. Anybody else? No?
Of course, it's a great song, but that feels late.
Red roses too.
My parents went.
Yeah. I have another song for you too. I didn't know about this one. There's apparently an Earth anthem. It's put together by the United Nations, 6 languages, including English, Chinese, French. I think we're hearing it now. Sounds pretty good, right? That's the English version. But again, there's 5 other versions of it. Pretty cool. 55 years, by the way, of the Lorax, which is largely seen as one of the more iconic environmental stories for kids. And then lastly, 9.5 years. That's how long it took to film Netflix's Our Planet, which is one of my favorite shows to watch. It's so relaxing. So relaxing. But again, it took them a long time to get all of that footage. But yeah, I mean...
Okay. Now, can I get the big number?
Yes, the big number here. This might be the biggest number we've ever had on a By the Number segment. 13.1 septillion.
I don't even know what septillion is.
It's just a really big number.
Something with 7?
That is an estimate on how... a lot of commas there.
She's a senior legal course.
That is right. That's the estimate on the Earth's weight in pounds. Not that anyone would ever pick up the Earth, but again, it just kind of underscores how big, how heavy our world is, and why we should all care about it on this Earth Day.
Look at you.
Brian, thank you.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. That's a good one.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.